Hello, welcome to the Daily Forex Report for November 13th. Let's jump right in and look at what I'm looking at as far as the trade goes. We have the U.S.-Canadian pair drawn a trend line. We've touched it once, twice, three times. Have a sharp trend line to the upside. Let me go ahead and zoom in. We can take a better look at this. You can see this past session, along with most of the pairs actually, had a move to the upside, then to the downside. In this particular case, I'm looking for a potential buy off of the 10035 level, looking for it to head to the upside. However, if it does pull lower, at that point, I will also be looking for a short at 0.9995, using a risk to reward of 1-to-1 on this one, looking for it to push to the downside. Now, just from a practical standpoint, using a stop loss of about 40 to gain 40, that'll bring us down to, if we sell, that'll bring us down to the 199.55 mark. The only thing about this trade is we will be punching through a 0-0 level, so if we do punch through it, close below it, we should get some momentum going. Remember, we are on the hour time frame. Now, to the upside, kind of a similar deal, looking for about 40 pips there. 40 pips to the upside would be within still the 1.00 level, be up around the 75 mark, 1.0075 to the upside. So that's the trade I'm looking for during this next session. So keep an eye on the U.S.-Canadian pair. Now, switching over to our news announcements for tomorrow. At 4:30 a.m. Eastern, we have the jobless claims change for October for the pound being released. They're showing a slight increase from a negative 4.0K to a negative 0.00K. Then we have the Bank of England releasing their inflation report at 5:30 a.m. Eastern. We also have at 8:30 a.m. Eastern the U.S. advanced retail sales for October being released. They're showing a slight drop from 1.1% projected down to negative 0.2%. Which could be bad news for the U.S. dollar if it comes out at that level or even worse. Then a little bit later, about the same time at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we have the U.S. releasing their Producers Price Index for October, showing a slight increase from 2.1% up to 2.6%. Then at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern, we have the Fed releasing their minutes from their October 23rd and 24th FOMC meeting. Of course, the numbers have already been released, so typically when they release the report, it's not that big of a deal. Now, let's switch gears and roll right back over to our charts. Take a look at the U.S.-Japanese yen pair on the day time frame, kind of get a feel for what we should be looking at from a range perspective during this next session. Possibly going up to 79.85. Possibly down to 78.95. Look for some resistance around 79.75 and look for some support around 79.25. Now the Euro USD continues to slide down, although the past two sessions have been very pretty tight range-wise. I am expecting that to change during this next session. If we move to the upside, look for some resistance around 127.75. Look for some support to the downside around 126.50. Now the pound US dollar pair closed lower during this last session. We are looking for it potentially to go as high as 159.63, possibly as low as 158.12. Look for some resistance around 159.15 and look for some support around 158.50. Now the US Swiss, it closed lower, had a pretty strong move to the upside before closing lower, broke previous sessions highs. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 0.9550, possibly down to 0.9428. Look for some resistance around 0.9515 and look for some support around 0.9440. Well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.